personal night. I'm going to share from my perspective with you all. It's been a long day. I've been out running around all day. So I'm hoping you guys are having a wonderful day. And I thank you for tuning in. And please share the live. Maybe tonight live will help someone because they can relate. Maybe one of you guys who are tuned in are going through something similar. So I welcome you guys. My name is Marie, the creator of Life in Haiti. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. And yes, I am tuned in from Haiti. If you have any questions about Haiti, feel free to ask to the best of my ability. What I can answer, I definitely will. Ander, Ander Neglakai. Oh, you changed your name. How are you? Good afternoon, good evening. It is about 7:32 p.m. my time. Pretty late for me because usually, I'm live 6:30. Then I wanted to come on and just share my thoughts, my experience. I've shared with you guys a few weeks ago, maybe, that I have a lot of personal things that's going on in the background with myself that I don't have a choice but to adhere to make sure that I take care of myself. When I look back and just look at my life, I want to say since day one, I've stepped foot in Haiti. Since day one of my second chance at life, I've dedicated this second half of my life to others. And it is time that, I look over myself. And at times, I'm kind of I'm one of them that's naturally a selfless person. So therefore I start thinking that, is it wrong to do that? But now more than ever, guys, I think I'm 6 years into being into Haiti. It's that time. So if you guys are not seeing me as active, please, guys, I ask for your forgiveness because I do have some personal things in the background. Maybe some of you guys know about it, and maybe you may not know about it. If you don't know, just keep me in prayer. Please hit the like button too if you're just tuning in. Tonight, I'm not gonna go directly and share names, but I do want to share an experience that I've been I've been having. And this experience have been not a first time experience in Haiti. For many of you guys who may not know, this being in Haiti is really my second chance at life. And for me, it's an opportunity that I worked hard for, that I intentionally prepared myself for. So a lot of people may look at my life as just not the coolest life, and I'm okay with that because growing up, I was one who made a lot of mistakes. And one of my number one reasons for making a lot of the mistakes that I made was because I did not listen. Therefore, on my second chance at life, I've always said, God, please bless me to listen. Bless me to be obedient. Bless me to hear your voice. And bless me most of all to be good to others. Not that I was never good to others, but I just feel like being good to others have always been something I enjoy doing, right? And had I focused more on that, maybe some of the experiences I've had, I would not have had them, right? So this second half of Marie's life is intentional Therefore, if you're just following me on YouTube, and you may not know much about me, you just stumble upon this channel just as you stumble upon any other creator. I am the way that I am because of life experience. And I want to say, since I've stepped foot in Haiti, I've always been selfless. I've always given of myself. Now, maybe some people will share things because they want you to believe something about them. And I don't just necessarily want you to believe because I'm saying it, but genuinely, even out away from these cameras, I'm always doing my best to live right by people and to do the right thing within my community, to do the right thing within my family, and a lot of the times putting myself last to just do right, feeling as if where God has brought me from, it is a blessing, and that it is a must for me to pay back into society for, for some reason. Now, this is just how, I'm seeing it. May not be how you're seeing it, but I'm just giving you an idea of where I am today. And I do feel like I'm in a good place, even though some people may assume, well, you in Haiti, and Haiti is not the best place. And so many people, the minute they step foot into Haiti, they're ready to leave out of Haiti, yada, 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 all of that. Even through all of that, some of you guys that's been following me, I've never had that bitterness towards anyone or my situation, and I've never allowed my situation to stop me from being my best or embracing this second half of my life. But lately, guys, I just want to, I'm sharing this to share that if you are one of them who's like Marie, don't forget, guys, thank you for tuning in, and please share the life. Please share the life. I know many of my followers are people who are kind of similar to me, who are intentional about helping people, who are intentional about doing right into society, period, into this world. And this is really for you. So if you're tuned in and you feel like maybe somebody is going through something similar, somebody needs to hear that message, I do encourage you to please share the live. And if you're new here, please subscribe, share it to family and friends, share it to your Facebook status. Please share it. Because tonight message, just because you're at a place where you're ready to do right by society, where you're ready to be intentional in doing right, just know that not everyone would embrace that. Not everyone will see that good in you, or not everyone would even appreciate you. And it could be very, very hurtful because for the last few days behind the screen, it has been an experience. And I want to just share with you guys, no matter what you go through in life, and I can share this because I've experienced it. So it's pretty much, I'm not being hypocritical. And being that I've been through it myself, I can share with you to encourage you. And maybe what I've done to balance myself, maybe you can use it too. Who knows? But I just want to tell you, if you're one of them that intentionally be good to people, and in return, you find yourself um, being overlooked in a way. I'm not one of them that really needs to be not that you don't want to be appreciated, but there is something about when you're intentional in doing right and doing good by people. And in return, those same people, the same people that you go above and beyond to do right by, that didn't even do right by you when they should have done right by you. And you still put all of that to the side and still feel unappreciated. There's just something about that, guys. So lately, I know some of you guys are tuned in, and you're probably like, Marie, we can't get what you're saying. We're not understanding where you're coming from. Therefore, I'll just be a little bit more detailed. Um, you guys know that I ended up adopting my nephew. Not really like adopting, but within the family, and he asked to come with me, and I said yes. But this is also not my first experience, and that is one of the reasons why I said, you know what, I will talk about this, because I do recall one of my viewers sharing their experience, and that type of experience, especially in the line of work and the things I like to do, it can be a spirit breaker. And it was a spirit breaker for me. And even though I didn't allow it to physically break me, emotionally, I've just been going, but I've been hurt. I took my nephew in and have loved my nephew just as he is my own, have invested into him just as if he is my own. And this week, guys, I found out that you can be the best person that you should be, and people will still not appreciate you. And it's not really a long story, but it is a long story in the background because of the people in which is attached to him. I don't want to go into complete details, but my nephew is from my mother's side. I ended up, when I came into Haiti at uh, I don't need to tell you my age, 6 years ago. I ended up meeting my mother, and on my mother's side, I have two brothers and two sisters. However, I did not get to meet one of my little sisters because my little sister ended up passing away at the age of 20 years old. And she ended up leaving two kids, a boy and a little girl. The little boy, I've been helping my mother with him with school, I want to say, since 2020, 2021. And even though I would financially assist her, he would not pass. It would be difficult to get him to ever even pass in class or even learn. About 2 years ago, they were displaced from their area and ended up coming. I literally took in like 17 family members for about a month and a half. And when it was time for them to leave, he wanted to stay. And the thing is, I don't want to go into too much details because I personally really do not like sharing my personal life on the screen. But sometimes it's also good to just talk about things and let things go, because he asked to come with me. And I promise you guys, I was like, shoot, you want to come with me? Come on. Took him in, and he started doing really good in school, even nominated as president, was doing really, really good, guys. But one thing I've learned in Haiti, and it just may not be a Haiti thing, this may be a personal thing. You ever had someone to hurt you, and in return, these same people try to make it seem like you're the problem, right? Some, and I say that to say I highly dislike sharing anything where it's two-sided, because I like to have it where both sides is able to be there to just defend themselves. But guys, just to keep it real, my mother did not raise me. I don't know how many of you guys may go through, have been through the same thing, have experienced the same thing. And that has been a true battle for me all my life since I was a child. And I'm going to do my best tonight to just really vent to my audience and not have a whole nervous breakdown and keep my head up. When I came into Haiti, I decided to go to my mother because since I was a little bitty girl, I mean, under the age of 2, my mother decided to return me to my father. And even while we lived in Haiti, my mother never once came to see me. My mother have sometimes when I look at my life, I start wondering if my life is the way that it is because of certain reasons. If I am the way that I am because of certain I just don't know. But I am one that genuinely never had the love of a mother. My mother, since the day that she had me, literally have and this is just my opinion, my mother have never loved me, guys. And I remember growing up as a child, being raised by my father and my grandfather, always daydreaming about my mother, wishing to meet my mother, seeing how my mother, who was raising me, was with my siblings, and seeing how a mother genuinely loved. I've always wanted that. Going to the US, seeing how my friends always depended on their mother and having their mother, that's something that I've always longed for. I've never had that. Whether if it was emotionally, if it was mentally, if it was financially, my mother has always been absent in any way. Well, because my father never really told me much about my mother, when I came into Haiti, or when I knew there was a possibility of me being returned to Haiti, I felt that that would be a time to pretty much close that puzzle and the mystery I've always had. And that was my opportunity to meet my mother, spend time with my mother, be in the same room with my mother, start understanding myself, seeing how she is, and maybe because of the distance, it can change some things. And for once, well, when I came into Haiti, I could tell you it would be a whole long story. But it took for me to actually come into Haiti to see, because if somebody would have told me that, I probably would not have ever understood it. But when I came into Haiti, I started seeing exactly just how my mother, you guys, I'm sharing this with all fears because honestly, I hate putting social media in my personal life. But isn't it weird how someone can birth you and bring you into this world and have no emotional attachments to you? Do you believe that? Those are my peoples who are tuned in. Do you believe that your your mother, your biological parent who laid up and who had you can all in the same token have no, right? So I share that to say, um, living in Haiti, I realized that my mother basically, I'm just another object to her. It has never been a genuine daughter love. Literally, why I say that, I'm in Haiti, and if my mother don't want something, my mother will not call and even ask, how are you doing? I spent years in Haiti by myself, learning the streets by myself, going through all kinds of stuff by myself. And as I mentioned, being intentional with being good to people by myself, including my mother. And nothing I went through or was going through ever really meant anything to her. When my nephew decided to, I can't share everything because it's too much, but even about a year and a half, 2 years ago, when they came up into problems in their neighborhood, my mother also showed me something too. That it was okay for her to basically, just as she's always done, to take from me. She brought in 17 people into my house. Li entre 17 moun an dan kay la. And I know a lot of you guys are saying, Marie, well, why would that happen? When my mother called me and shared with me what was going on, I shared with my mother that I could take her, my nephew, and my niece, but I could not take anyone else. And she knew that. She called me back to tell me that she wanted to be with my little sister. Therefore, she's gonna go with my little sister. But she didn't have any money. So I told her, well, um, what do you want me to do? Since they had to leave, she said she's gonna be in an area that's pretty close. If I could help her with some money, I told her, yes, I don't mind. I went down to go and meet her, to give her some money. When I got there, my mother literally got really hysterical in front of everybody. Anyways, I went to meet her at my sister's friend's house. And the friend house is like right on the street. So as I'm parked outside, I could just look and see. And when I pulled up, seeing it, you could tell it was an odd situation because the friend's husband was there and he was pretty adamant that none of them was staying there. It's because you bringing out a bunch of people. See, all of this is to show you guys, I don't know. I ended up taking all of them because my mother got in the middle of the street, started screaming, saying, to not leave them and that they are family, they are this, they are that. When other people rejected them, would not take them. Plus the place I have, it's not big, not even enough to carry me. And because she put me on the spot like that, it put it to where I didn't have a choice but to pretty much take her in, and I did. I took them in for about a month and a half, and I can't even begin to share with you what that experience was that I never shared it in front of the screen. Those same people afterwards, to ask them to clean up was a big deal. To ask them to live a certain way was a big deal. And he showed me right then and there just how much love and care my mother had for me. Because knowing my mother who raised me or my father who raised me, they would have never allowed and exposed me to a situation like that and not come to my defense. Make a long story short, those same people afterwards, with right along with my mother, they talked about me. Yo pale mal, yo jurem, yo di tout bagay mal de mwen. Apre m pran 17 nan yo lakay mwen. Yo jete fatra tout kote. Yo vini a tout ti moun bagay tet chanje ke mwen pa habitue avel. E mwen reziye mwen pran. Sa ki fe mal en plis, se paske mamam ki mamam. Apre etranje e zanmi, tout moun pata pouve pot pou yo, mwen fel. Même famille yo pale mal. Maman chita la nan mi tan yo l pa jam di rien. Li kite yo di tout sa yo vle de mwen. Mwen aksepte l. E mwen di bon Dieu merci. Paske mwen konen si ke se pa mwen te ouve pot mwen, pat gen pot ki ta pouve. Mwen aswe a m'a pale, paske m'a di ou, même le ou vive bien avec moun, sa pa vle di an rien. Ou gen nou ap vive bien avec moun a tout cœur, wap wè gen moun yo toujou chache un problème avec ou. Et aswe a oui m'a pale de maman, paske se yon situation ki vraiment tourmente. C'est un bagay que moi a prié pour ça devant bon Dieu. Parce que moi-même, moi besoin connaît qui j'en pour moun faire, li mette sous la terre, et puis pour moun pas gen aucune connexion émotionnelle avec ou. Wap mande tête ou, eh bien, m'pa connaît, est-ce que m'te mort de tête, m'te petit? Qui sa que un petit monde ka fait un grand monde qui cause ou même yo pareman. Gen des questions moi ta remen même pour moun nan la pour le ka mandel parce que en pile fois wap mande tête ou question ou bien wap parler de un bagay ou senti que parole wap bay yo son parole qui sont sel bon. It's my nephew today is no longer here. Pour une raison, one of the main reasons why is because my mother, who have done nothing but bestowed all kinds of issues of abandonment, spirit of rejection, resentment, sometimes even unforgiveness upon me, have always acted like I was gonna hurt my nephew, which is the furthest thing away from who I am. My nephew is with me, and my mother makes it to where you cannot say a word to my nephew. Imagine wap leve un ti moun. An nou bal verite. Maman qui pas fait rien pour vous, parce que c'est pour me bailler Jean lié. Et c'est vérité, c'est devant bon Dieu. Moun nan qui pas fait rien pour vous, qui mettait sous la terre pour mourir, c'est même moun sa tout qui allait pour faire sembler tant qu'on moun qui pas bon moun qui a fait moun mal. Ouais, un pile fois, c'est même genre, exemple ça yo, les blancs yo al dit que c'est nous-mêmes peuple noir qui méchant, c'est nous-mêmes qui pas bon monde, c'est nous-mêmes. Mais, l'on regarde vérité, qui est-ce qui fait, qui est mal? Et où fait moun nan? Et même histoire, mettelle, c'est où fait nous mal? Jodi, maman, qui en pile parents haïtien pense que pour yo lever un ti moun, c'est pour ti moun nan lever sans discipline. C'est pour ti moun nan fait salve l'elvle. C'est pour pas qu'à parler avec ti moun nan. Pendant ce temps, m'a baili en créole et m'a baili en créole pour esprit. C'est Edson qui m'a dit pour le vivre avec. C'est lui-même, moi fait tout bagay pour lui. Moi mette dans leçon, moi mette l'école c'est priorité. M'pa mande un good pour lui, c'est moi qui paye l'école. Et en pile fois yo pense parce que c'est moi qui derrière Life in Haiti que m'ge sponsor pour Edson. Mais avec nous tous qui suivent moi, dis-moi qui est-ce qui sponsor Edson dans le programme ça. Qui pour montrer, chérie, me fait tout ça, me fait avec caractère et devant bon Dieu. Pas gen sponsor, c'est moi fait. C'est le m'a travail dans YouTube. Avec ça, bon Dieu béni, parce que nous sommes des gens qui pas capables. Et au nom de Jésus, malgré pas gagner, moi pas mettre tête moi dans monde qui pas capable, c'est moi fait. Côté plus gros moyen ti moun nan te qu'on a bail c'était 3 ou bien 4. Là li monté côté la bail moyen 8, moyen 9. Pour plus petit moyen me joindre c'est 6.7. Et 6.7 là me dit le petit moi ça c'est pas moyen pam. Ça fait pas ou te régler fois ça. Parce que ma tonne moyen pour encourager ti moun dans l'école, pour aider dans tout sens. Pas de problème. To encourage them. Just because you're good to people, guys, doesn't mean people will be good to you. And at times it comes from people who are closest to you. Don't think that because you are good to people, that people are going to be good to you in return. That people are going to see where you come from. And I've realized with kids, guys, and I love working with kids. My hope is one day for us to have even an orphanage. But a lot of people in Haiti think that raising kids is allowing that child to do whatever they want to do. Allowing that child to never study. Allowing that child to run around and do whatever they want to do without discipline. You cannot now, I'm so thankful, guys. I'm thankful for the love you guys give to me. A lot of the time, you all start following certain creators, you don't even know why you follow them. But I'm just thankful because I've met people who you give me love that you don't know I've always longed for. You see the best in me that people who I hope, who I'm always striving for their approval. But you know what I realized? And I was speaking to my father, and my father told me something, and it stood out. See, a lot of the times people have a plan for your life. Gen moun yo gon plan pour la vie yo. Yo gen plan ki jan pour la vie yo tap mal passé. They got a plan for your life. They got a plan that your life, they calling for you is for you to be last. They can't understand how you, who's that trash that they've always rejected, that through every stage, God have always blessed you. I know this ain't only me, because I speak with too many people. So when I share that, I'm not just sharing it for me. I'm sharing it for you. Maybe it's for a friend that's going through something. Maybe I realize one of the main reasons why, and my father's a good guy in that aspect. I recall when I was young, I would always ask my father privately about my mother. He would never tell me anything bad about my mother. He would always basically tell me, help your mother whenever you can. He always shared positive things. I love that saying. He wanted me to eventually one day see it for myself, because one thing, if you rock with me, you speak with me, I highly like telling stories where you just hearing one side of the story. I like when you hear both sides so you can come up with your own assessment. But my father, I was speaking to Dad this morning, and I was telling Dad, this is how I feel. This is what's been happening. And my dad said, well, first, I'm glad you see it for yourself. But one of the things he shared with me that kind of brought me closure is the fact that your mother is the way that she is because, baby, everything that you're doing, she wish it was her kids doing. She can't believe that it's the one that she rejected. It's the one that she wrote off. It's the one that wasn't supposed to be anything. It's the one that done been through so much that they done talked bad about. See, it's crazy how some people will talk bad about you when they don't analyze, had they stood up and played their role or played half their role, just maybe your life would have turned out differently. Some people, when you're in Haiti, sometimes it's difficult to really, have a friend or a person that you just vibe with. So I'm vibing tonight with you guys. Sometimes you just wish your mother could just be your mother. There are people who are the way that they are with you because they counted you out. You guys remember I always shared years ago when I stepped foot in Haiti and was just happy to be in the presence of my mother. And I just was so happy now that in my mind, I thought I had a mother to love me. I thought I had a mother to have a bond with. I thought I could create that, and I would start sharing things with her, such as I think some of my friends do with their mother and father. And I started sharing some of my hopes and dreams with my mother. And right then and there, I'll never forget, and this will always be a testimony on my heart. That's why, guys, see, there are some people in your life, when they come to share some things with you, it's best that you just listen. It's best that you just give an ear. Don't say nothing. Because when someone is genuinely sharing something with you, if they respect you enough, if they think highly enough of you to share their heart with you, better you don't say anything at all than to say something that they'll never forget. And that is what happened. When I shared with my mother, I wanted to make a difference in Haiti. I wanted to work for the people. I wanted to one day help kids, have an orphanage, have a school. I'll never forget. The number one thing that you look for love with, even the woman that didn't have me, have always given me that support. You know the number one thing my mother said? Oh, people who are deported, they can't do this type of stuff. People of that status would never be able to do it. So, me? Mm. I was like, okay. Because they count you out, sis. Because they count you out. And I'm sharing that people that you think should be there, people you think should love you, should guide you through hard times, should be there for you. I don't know if you're like myself, but I just want to tell you, do not be discouraged. Mhm. Do not be discouraged. Where I had strangers, I'd say one of the strangers was Philly Dom, that motivated me to share my story, to share the work that I do. And I had never spoke to Philly Dom at this time. I had never had a conversation with them. I was there, but I was just there. Had never, and I would have never, even up until today in Haiti, even the staff, they would tell you, I never go up to people and say, hi, my name is Marie, the creator. And some people get upset with me for that. I always remain humble. If somebody recognized me, I speak. But to go up and share, I do this because it took that one time. And now I'm mindful with my heart. I'm mindful with my space. And for some reason, to not get off track, because my mother didn't assume her responsibility with me. And when I say that, guys, I don't want anybody to think it's a money thing. I was born in Haiti, therefore I know that my mother did not have all of this luxury things, and I never really looked for that. And as I speak to you guys today, I never look for that. You know what I look for is, I realize that I'm a hard worker, and I work hard, and I'm overtly dedicated to everything I do. And sometimes it will be good to hear from the person that you so seek approval from. It will be good to hear from them that you do a good job, that I'm proud of you, and without comparing you to their other kids. Anyways, with all that being said, be mindful when you good to people. Even with people's kids. Some people have a different vision for their kids. I still have Kashmir, but one thing I can tell you is I will be very mindful of bringing in kids because Haiti is a very fragile place. And the lack of education is something you have to be mindful of with the people. Léon Tijan entre avant. And you got to protect you. And you got to protect your peace of mind. You got to protect your peace of mind. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let me go into the audience. So if you're one of them guys that find yourself in if you have an advice for me too, and if you're wondering if I forgave my mother, yes. And I've been praying about that too. A part of me forgive her, but then a part of me, my humanly side, don't want to forgive her. Because when someone is doing something because they don't know, that's one thing. But when someone know, and when you've expressed to them what hurt you and what don't, and they continue to do what makes them okay, then now it's intentional. It's intentional. And I'm to a point to where I want to say if she didn't speak to me, it wouldn't bother me. Because I think even from that end, I've been nothing but used. I am only needed when it's time to solve a problem. But when it's time to give a hug, when it's time to see about me, when it's time to just give me some love directly, Nina, Rodney, hello Marie, how's it going? It's going well, Nina, and you, how's it going? I'm not sure how is that happening for the switch. Ender Neglakai is my Gmail. It happens sometimes. It happens. Miss Martine Bonhomme. Hi, Mrs. Marie. I'm still waiting for your call. Have a blessed night. I will be giving you a call. And if you guys are interested in sponsoring a child, sponsorship is still open. Miss Martine, one of the reasons why I have not returned your call is because I've yet to be able to get in touch with the family. Nou rele, nou poko jam jwen une réponse. Men ou konen peyi a gen problem kouran. Pil moun pap jwen kouran nan peyi a, so I'm not sure. And I'm sharing this with Miss Martine because when you sponsor a child through Life in Haiti, we make sure that you actually meet the child. And I'm waiting to allow her to meet the child first. Or, that child may lose their opportunity. I'm not sure. We will continue to try. I've had the director trying all week and it's still no answer. But as soon as I know something, I definitely will share it with you. Yes, he's no longer with me. And I just feel used in that aspect. You know, I guess one of the things too is the fact that he's like 14 and he's going in the fourth grade, which has absolutely nothing to do with me because some of you guys that know me in the background, you know I've done my best. When I went to enroll him in school, his report card about 2 years ago said he was going to the fourth grade. Well, every child, when you go to enroll them in school, they actually test them into their school. And when they tested him, he didn't even, he couldn't write his name. He was really, really behind. And the school honestly only took him because I've worked closely with them. And they just felt like they had to help me and could not give me bad news. So I said, you know, let's take him back to the second grade, give him lessons, tutor him to bring him back, you know, to try to, you know, pull him to the level he should be and make sure that, you know, we prioritize education with him. And he's, education wise, he was doing a lot better, you know. You guys who are in the background with me, you know, he is doing a lot better. And my mother, I guess, feels that he should be in a crazy people talk, guys, that I'm not gonna even get into because even though we have a school, if a child come in to register for fourth grade, they go through the same process. And if they test that child is unable to even, you know, write their name and do a simple math problem, they cannot be in the fourth grade, you know. And I don't know, guys. I really don't. I love you too, Alexandra. Thank you. That's not a mother, didn't call her by her first name. We love you because of your heart and your life story, my dear sister. Thank you. Hello, big buddy. How are you? Um, Paul says, hi, Marie. Hello. Nina says, keep your head up, girl. You know, sometimes it has a lot to do with upbringing and lack of education. If she was never loved, then she doesn't have it in her to love someone else. You know, I used to think that way, but that's not true. I lived with my mother, and I saw how my mother loved my siblings. That's what's crazy. Mwen wè jan maman mremen lot frè se myo. Mwen wè jan li bay yo atensyon. I saw it with my own eyes, how attentive she was with my other siblings, how she showed love to my other siblings. It had, it, you cannot tell me it has anything to do with her not knowing how to show love, because she shows love to my other siblings, like literally shows a ton of love. You know, I'm older, you know, I'm venting to you guys, so I don't want you guys thinking it's something that I just can't handle. But yes, in the back of my mind, as a human being, it is pretty difficult to know that the person who had you can be, you know, one way with you, and you just don't know why. I don't know. You guys share your thoughts. You know, share your thoughts. Anybody that know me, they know this, you know, personally about me. Like my father has had me since I was like 18 months old, and it had a lot to do with literally my mother almost unalive me as a child too. So, and that's the crazy thing that today she can try to make it seem like it's me that's the problem. I guess. Thank you so much, kind. Thank you. Thank you. Dispute all you have been through. You are making great things happen. You were meant to be here. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. And thank you guys for listening. If you're going through something similar, just be intentional about proving people wrong. That's what I do on a daily. When people try to limit me, when people try to, a lot of these people that have an opinion don't even know me because my parents who raised me can tell you more about me than, them or your parents, people who really know you can, just continue to do the right thing and prove people wrong because that's what will keep you at peace because breaking and allowing their vision to come to fruition, I think that would be what broke me. Limiting myself, thinking because of how I got to Haiti, um, I should not sit in certain rooms. I shouldn't speak to. In Jesus' name, I rebuke that. And if I allow myself to fall into those thoughts, then exactly what they intended, they've won. Yeah, 17 people. 17 people. I don't think she has anything psychological. You know, over them all, our parents didn't receive the most effective and responsive parenting, so they can't pass on what they never received. Guys, let me share a story with you, which is the complete opposite. One of the reasons why I do the work that I do too is uh, I wouldn't say in memory because my father is still here, but because of my father's life story. My father is one, guys, who mother didn't do much for him, father didn't do anything for him, and my father, he's not perfect, but he knew enough to step up and be a parent to me. He never had a he never did. Therefore, yes, sometimes you expect for someone to give you what they don't have, but in the same token, not always true. Because if that was true, what would my life be like? Because my father is a genuine example of his mother didn't want to put him in school. His father didn't put him in school. I mean, family neglected him, got a lot. And that is why Dad and I, that's my buddy. Even though he does things I don't like, but those are characteristics that keeps me loving him. And regardless of the mistakes he's made, he has a good heart. He has good characteristics because if that was it, I don't think at such a young age he would have stepped up and just said, you know what, just give me my child. because he was one, he didn't get too much examples of love. It was a stranger like you and I do today, put kids in school. It was a stranger who blessed him to get an education, who sponsored his school. Because my father grew up in the same type of situation as I did with my mother. He is my grandmother's first child. My grandmother had two kids by my grandfather and had kids by the rest of her kids was by, my step grandfather. And she treasured all of his kids. And honestly, that is a mistake a lot of Haitian parents, they do. When they get with a man, they have kids with that man, they leave that man and get with another man and start another family, they start mistreating that man who they are no longer with children, and treasure the man who's present currently to take care of his kids. Many an pile moun toujou ap fè sa an Haiti pou jiska maintenant. Là wè yo gon nèg, yo fè pitit a nèg la, epi yo kite nèg la. Kou nèg sa kite, yo pon lot nèg. Lot nèg sa yo komanse fè pitit avel, premier pitit yo gen pou lot moun nan, yo komanse maltrete l. Yo komanse pa bal valet. It's the same situation with my father. You just, I hope that today people are able to learn to stop that cycle. But honestly, I didn't get much of example of love, guys. I was raised by a man, and a man loves differently. My father has always been, I'd say, in my opinion, a good provider. I've never been unstable as far as my living situation. I've always had food, and my father have always shown love through actions. But I never had that, and that's just my truth. That genuine, nurturing mother example to show me and to guide me. And I feel that I've learned that through life. And I've given that not through something that's been exemplified for me. I've given it just because I feel it's a natural thing, It's something I've always wanted, and feel that others probably would too. I even love animals, People would complain how much I love animals, and animals attached to me. That's just because I just figure giving love is just something to do, it's something to give into society. Our Wells, thank you for tuning in. I'm going from English, guys, to Creole, so please bear with me. I need you here in Kentucky. Thank you. Exandier, thank you for tuning in. Marie Nook, I'm doing well. I don't think she really thinks that you will hurt him. She is just manipulative and knows your heart. She is not educated, so she views your kindness for weakness, and she is trying to play you, Marie. What? What? Jesus Christ. Guys, I'm not too fond of bugs. It was a big one. Yeah, I'm proud of myself, but I just wanted to share with you guys. That's something that I've been going through. I didn't share all of the ins and outs details, but that is something that this week really, really had me disturbed, and I know I'll get over it. I just have that type of personality that I'm not going to let anything hold me down for too long. So keep me in prayer for that. keep me in prayer with, the little girl that I do have, for things to continue to, go well. I just want to tell you guys, don't let people change you, because people will come into your life and literally do things to want to do things to change you as a person. So don't, whatever other people are doing, whatever other people got going on, do not allow that to change you in your heart. Let me give a shout out. Mercedes, thank you so much, my sister, for tuning in. Let me give a shout out to Too Deep for you. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much, Too Deep for you, for the $20 super chat. Thank you. And guys, if you would like to support the center, the organization, you may do so via Zelle, PayPal, GoFundMe. If you would like to sponsor a child, no, please do not just send in funds. Please get in touch with me. Mercedes, you may also share my phone number if anyone would like to speak with me directly. You may do so. Please don't be too weird. Just don't be too. You can be weird, but just don't be too damn weird where I don't understand you guys. As you all can see, I've opened up some, which I really, 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 really do not like. But sometimes, guys, it's good to let it out instead of holding it in. And then I start feeling a little bit freer, because I'm a woman, number one, so I can only mask so much emotions. And I just feel like sometimes I'm so busy taking care of everyone else. I'm so busy carrying so much around to be, just having to always be strong, that at times I'm not allowing others to know what I'm genuinely going through. And people would assume that I'm okay. And I know I have other things that's going on too, that I've spoke to you guys in the group about. But you think, hey, Marie is okay, and she's just dealing with this stuff, trying to get the house together. And Marie have more emotional things that's going on top of back to school, trying to get the school together, trying to get staff back to work, also handling the summer program. It's a lot. I enjoy it. As far as work, I don't think no matter how much work is, that's never a problem, because I love what we do. Live by said hi. Thank you so much, Live by. And no one is pouring into you, and that is how I feel, guys. Honestly, that's just how I feel. You ever feel like you're pouring into so many people? You doing your best to do for people, and you always somehow overlooked. And I want to thank many of you guys too, that reach out to me, that think about me, that think of me directly too. That means a lot to me. I just want to tell you guys, thank you beyond words. Do not let people change you. Sometimes what you're birthed into may seem like the most difficult thing, because in my situation, outside looking in, you seeing people with family, you seeing people how their mother love on them, or the relationship that they have with their mother. You yourself, in a way, you want this. You have your mother that's right there. And I'm learning, and I do this even on YouTube. Don't compare yourself. Other people's story is not your story. If you're going through anything, whether if it's similar, if it is not similar, Whatever you're going through, other people's story is not your story. And look at it like this: God continue to bless you. I'll use me for an example. No matter what I've been through, God have shown me favor in a different way. Even though I didn't have this picture perfect family the way I envisioned it, but wherever I went, God have always shown me favor. He has always took me through rough paths and carried me with both hands and brought me out safely. You know, continue to be you. And know that just because you're intentionally good to people, just because you intentionally show love, just because you intentionally show up for others, doesn't mean others will do that for you. But don't let people change you. The world needs good people. You see, my channel may not be so big, my channel may not have so many people following me, but the few people who do follow me, we can make a difference. You are needed in this world. Stop thinking that you don't have value because of your story, because of what you've been through. And maybe you one that's like myself. You've made mistakes, and maybe that's why people feel they could say what they want to say. But you know, a while back, one of my sisters who followed me, she saw something that I posed, and she corrected it. And she shared with me, she says, Marie, you are who you are because of your mistakes. So when people try to use your mistakes against you, or when people even try to use against you what you had no choice in, know that it's all of those things that made you who you are. It is all of those things that made me who I am. And when I look back on my life, guys, I wouldn't change it for the world. What? I'd want to be back in Houston for what? So I can work. I mean, thanks to social media, look, I'm in your living room right now. Therefore, I could always speak to my family. I can always speak to my kids. But I could have not thought of this for myself. And even though other people didn't see my vision, other people didn't share that same vision, but guess what? God blessed me with people to share that vision. And you know, when I think about it, even though the love of a mother that I always am hoping for from my mother didn't come from my mother, today I'm not lacking the love of a mother because God have blessed me with really, really good people that are examples of good mothers. And I was also raised by a great woman. Therefore, I'm thankful. And I'm thankful for my father too. I'm thankful that he raised me the way that he did. I'm thankful that I inherited part of his heart. No one showed him how to love, but he knows how to love anyway. He knows how to be good to humanity. Mm-hmm. Willing 55. That's very true. I love you guys. You guys take care. Keep me in prayer, guys. Because if you don't see me in the background more active, I do. I have some stuff going on with me. I am genuinely working, trying to get Marie together. Because in order for me to be my best self, guys, I need to get myself together. I remember at the beginning of my channel, I even lost some supporters too because, you know, they were pulling me to be selfish, to capture, to capture, you know, capitalize on the opportunity for myself them knowing, my situation. Marie, take care of you. Marie, take care of you. But I'm glad I was obedient, because had I not been obedient, I don't think that life in Haiti would be where it is today. I think it was a lot of those selfless acts from me that made life in Haiti what it is today. And even though life in Haiti, it's not big, but we're doing big things with big vision. And I know with consistency, we will continue to grow. So I'm moved by God too. So I don't want to move away from God's covering. So I think at that time, people were trying to pull me one way, but that's not where my spirit was leading me. But sometimes you can allow your heart to contradict your truth, right? And sometimes you want to go with the heart, but be mindful with the heart, because sometimes the heart can mislead you. But today it's like my spirit is stirred to say, Marie, you've invested a lot into life in Haiti, and life in Haiti will continue. I believe more than ever, we have some great people who are behind life in Haiti, and you guys behind the screen, you see the work, you see the vision, and I hope that God continue to bless you all to continue to help the center, because I can't do it by myself. But all in the same token, now that we have that off the ground, I need to see about Marie too, guys. Put Marie in a more stable place. And I hope I'm able to do that by 226. And be a time that you never trouble free, but it will be a time that's less worrying and on the background, less burden carrying in the background for me. And I know God can do it, and I know He will do it. Um, Somehow, I always tell myself, I don't know, do you ever doubt yourself for God in a way? It's like I could go in prayer for you and pray for God to move mountains. And then when it's for myself, I'm like, God, it's me again. Am I bothering you too much? Am I asking for too much? But I know that to say this, I've dedicated my life to taking care of so many other people for God to overlook me. Therefore, even though I don't see where exactly the miracles are going to come from, where exactly even the finances on my situation will come from, I trust Him. Because with every project from the beginning, when I was told, your situation, your status can't do that, there was no finances. There was mountains in front of me. I didn't know how it was going to be done. And He always got it done. So I'm trusting Him now, even with trying to, get myself stable and into a better situation that I may not see it, but He sees further than me. And that He would definitely put me in a better place so that we will continue to do the great work we do. Love you guys. You guys take care. If you are new here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and become a sponsor, guys. 175 a year. Edem pum edena pe year. Help me to help in Haiti. You're not doing it for me. When you sponsor a child, guys, you give us the opportunity to continue the work that we are doing in Haiti. We're transparent with the work that we do. You see the work that we do. And it is done with love, guys. It is done wholeheartedly with love. We provide the kids with books. We provide the kids with uniforms. And 5 days a week, when the doors are open, we feed the kids. We don't just feed the kids any kind of way. We do it with love. Ma veye menm kizin nan. Nou ba bay ti moun yo manje n'importe jan. Nou ba yo manje propre. Nou ba yo manje bien. Nou pa mette pil magi nan bagay nou. Se bagay naturel nou utilize. We use all natural seasoning in our food, guys. Because we have to be the ones to take care of ourselves in Haiti. I think if we eat our medicine, that's the best way to help save money. So that's a great thing too for the kids. So 175 per year, guys. Get in touch with me. We have more kids. We have more kids that are on the waiting list. Help us, guys, to be able to make a difference. And you becoming a sponsor will also help us to help with throughout the year, guys, with operational fees. We thank you, guys. We love you all. Take care. Don't change who you are, guys. I share all this not in a negative light. I'm glad I shared it because I feel a lot lighter. I feel better. I don't want you guys to think that I have hate in my heart. I really don't. I know that I'm just a special damn cause because my life is just, I try to understand it myself, but I could never understand it, guys. And I know there are people who are like myself. Maybe you've been adopted. You've been through so much abuse. You've had so much abandonment. You've had so much rejection. And you find it even in your own personal life. You always running after life, trying to grab a hold to life. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. Don't let people change you. Keep going. Know that God loves you. That's all that matters. And he had to use someone to get you here. You couldn't just pop, the face of earth all on your own. And you still alive. You still have a purpose. As Mercedes say, there are things it is not understandable. Let's move on. Do us. I wish everybody the best. Wish me the best. Keep on praying for me for us to continue to do our best here, guys. I love you all. You have a blessed night. Happy Wednesday. And keep us lifted in prayer, guys. Give yourself a hug. Tell somebody you love them. And most of all, love yourself. Forgive people who have wronged you. Forgive yourself for the people you've wronged. And just ask God to help you to be a better person moving forward. That's all we can ask for. I love you guys.